Tucked away beyond the bustling cities of France lie storybook villages that feel like they've stepped straight out of a painting. With cobblestone streets, flower-draped balconies, and timeless charm, these hidden gems invite you to slow down, breathe, and experience the art of French living. Let's wander through the most enchanting villages in France, where every corner tells a story. Number 1, Iguisheim. Picture this. Winding cobblestone streets that curl around like a snail's shell, every window bursting with flowers, and colorful timber-framed houses that look like they were painted by an artist's brush. Welcome to Iguisheim, a village so enchanting, it feels like you've stepped into the pages of a storybook. Iguisheim is a tiny, circular village tucked away in the Alsace wine region of northeastern France. Its pastel houses, overflowing with geraniums, and medieval layout make it one of the most photogenic places in Europe. Honestly, the best thing is just to get lost in its streets. The whole village is built in a spiral, so as you wander around, you'll keep looping back to little squares and fountains. Stop by St. Leon Square, where you'll find a beautiful fountain and a chapel dedicated to Pope Leo IX, who was actually born here. And of course, you can't leave without trying some of the local Alsace wines. Riesling, Pinot Gris, Gewürztraminer, you'll find cozy wine cellars everywhere. Explore local shops selling local crafts, handmade pottery, and Alsatian specialties. Iguisheim is often called the cradle of Alsace vineyards, because it's one of the oldest winemaking villages in the region. Number 2, Chamonix. Chamonix, often simply called Cham by locals, is a stunning alpine village located near the borders of France, Switzerland, and Italy. Surrounded by snow-capped mountains, including the mighty Mont Blanc, the highest peak in Western Europe, this village blends rustic charm with a vibrant, adventurous spirit. Chamonix is often called the mountaineering capital of the world. It's not just a place, it's an experience. Whether you're an adrenaline junkie craving adventure or someone seeking serene mountain beauty, Chamonix has it all. The mix of breathtaking landscapes, thrilling sports, and cozy village vibes makes it one of the top destinations in France. Take the Aiguille du Midi cable car, ride to nearly 3,800 meters for jaw-dropping views of Mont Blanc and beyond. Visit the Mer de Glace, Sea of Ice, one of Europe's largest glaciers, and explore its famous ice caves. Chamonix is a paradise for winter sports lovers. If you love skiing or snowboarding, this is the ultimate playground, even just riding the lifts and looking around is breathtaking. And when you're ready to slow down, just wander through the village itself. Sip hot chocolate at a cozy cafe, browse through little mountain shops, or just sit back and people watch while the mountains stand tall around you. Here is in fact, the first Winter Olympics were held in Chamonix in 1924. Number 3, Gourds. A golden village sitting proudly on a hilltop, glowing in the warm Provençal sun. Below it, endless lavender fields dance in the breeze, and above, a sky so blue it feels painted. Gourds is one of the crown jewels of Provence, perched high on the edge of the Vaucluse Plateau. Its stone houses, stacked like a cascade down the hillside, shine in warm golden hues at sunrise and sunset. The narrow, winding cobblestone streets make you feel like you've stepped right into a medieval painting. It's about the atmosphere, rustic charm, timeless architecture, and the serene Provençal lifestyle. Well, the first stop has to be the Château de Gourds. It's this massive medieval fortress right in the heart of the village, and once you're up there, the views over the valley are just breathtaking. If you're here in lavender season, which is around June to July, you're in for a real treat. Just a short drive away, you'll find the iconic Saint-Michel Abbey, surrounded by endless purple lavender fields. And don't miss the Tuesday market. The whole village comes alive with the smell of fresh bread, olives, lavender honey, and cheeses. Gourds has inspired world-famous artists, including Marc Chagall and Victor Vasarely, who spent summers here. Number 4, Cassis. Nestled along the sun-drenched Mediterranean coast, Cassis is a charming fishing village known for its pastel-colored harbor, sparkling turquoise waters, and dramatic cliffs called calanques. With its quaint streets, cozy cafes, and stunning coastal scenery, Cassis feels like a hidden gem tucked between the glamour of Marseille and the French Riviera. It's the ultimate destination if you want to escape crowded tourist spots while still soaking in quintessential Provençal vibes. The Calanques alone, rocky inlets with crystalline waters, make it a dream for nature lovers, hikers, and photographers alike. Take a boat tour or hike to admire the striking white cliffs and turquoise coves, and you can also hike along the trails for jaw-dropping views. Stroll the harbor to enjoy fresh seafood at waterfront restaurants and watch colorful fishing boats bobbing in the sun. Did you know Cassis is famous for its white wine? Hop into a vineyard overlooking the sea and sip some Cassis AOC. If you love epic views, head to Cap Canaille. This cliff is one of the tallest in Europe, and standing up there looking at the Mediterranean below. Cassis has been a favorite retreat for artists like Paul Cézanne and Vincent van Gogh, who drew inspiration from its light and scenery. Number 5, Honfleur. Imagine a charming harbor bathed in soft sunlight, lined with tall, narrow houses painted in pastel shades, their reflections dancing on the water. The scent of fresh seafood fills the air, and every corner feels like it's been captured by an impressionist painting. Welcome to Honfleur is a picturesque port town on the Normandy coast, famous for its historic harbor, the Vieux Bassin, surrounded by iconic slate-fronted houses. Cobblestone streets lead to cozy cafes, art galleries, and boutique shops, giving the village a timeless charm. Its harbor has inspired some of the greatest impressionist painters, including Claude Monet and Eugene Boudin. If you love history, check out the Église Sainte-Catherine, a wooden church built entirely by shipbuilders. And if you're a foodie, make sure to try the local seafood at one of the harborside restaurants, fresh oysters and mussels straight from the Normandy coast. For the explorers, take a walk along the beach or the nearby cliffs. The views of the Seine estuary meeting the sea are breathtaking, especially at sunset. Number 6, Roussillon. Roussillon is perched on a hill in the Luberon region of Provence and is famously known as the Red Village because of the ochre cliffs and pigments that color the town. The warm hues of its houses, streets, and surrounding landscapes give the village a surreal, almost otherworldly charm. Its ochre-rich environment has inspired painters for centuries, and the village itself feels alive with artistic energy. For travelers seeking a visual feast and an unforgettable sensory experience, Roussillon is a must-visit. You have to take a stroll along the Ochre Trail. Imagine hiking through cliffs that glow in every shade of red, orange, and yellow. Wander through the tiny streets of Roussillon. Every house is painted in warm ochre tones, every corner has a little boutique or gallery. Honestly, it's one of those places where you'll just want to stop and stare at every detail. Grab a seat at one of the cozy cafes and taste some local delicacies. Pair it with a glass of wine from the nearby vineyards. Trust me, it tastes even better with a view of those colorful streets. And of course, don't forget your camera. Every alley, every wall is picture perfect. Number 7, Colmar. Colmar is a charming town in northeastern France, often called the Little Venice of Alsace. Its cobblestone streets, pastel-colored half-timbered houses, and winding canals make it one of the most picturesque towns in Europe. Walking through Colmar, you'll notice vibrant facades, intricate frescoes, and flower boxes bursting with color at every corner. Colmar fits perfectly in a list of France's top villages because it's a living postcard. Its historic center feels frozen in time, yet full of life with cafes, boutiques, and art galleries. First, don't miss La Petite Venise, or Little Venice. Just imagine strolling along the canals, snapping photos of those colorful houses perfectly mirrored in the water. Of course, you can't leave Colmar without tasting the local wines. The Alsace region is famous for its Riesling and Gewürztraminer. Sip, savor, and maybe even bring a bottle home as a memory. And if you're here in winter, the Christmas market is something straight out of a holiday movie. Twinkling lights, cozy wooden stalls, and the smell of gingerbread and mulled wine in the air. Number 8, Bénakiti-Cazenac. Imagine a village frozen in medieval times, perched high above the shimmering Dordogne River. Stone houses cling to cliffs, and a majestic castle watches over the valley like a guardian from centuries past. Bénakiti-Cazenac is a picturesque village in the Dordogne region of southwestern France. Its skyline is dominated by the Château de Baynac, a fortress from the 12th century, while the village's narrow, winding streets are lined with rustic stone houses and quaint cafes. The village is perched dramatically on a cliffside, offering postcard-perfect views of the river and lush valleys below. Okay, if you're wandering through Bénakiti-Cazenac, the first thing you have to do is check out the Château de Baynac. Seriously, walk through its stone halls, climb those towers, and just take a moment to soak in the views of the Dordogne River below. Then, take your time strolling the cobblestone streets. Every corner is a little treasure, tiny art galleries, cute cafes, and shops tucked into centuries-old stone houses. It's the perfect place to grab a coffee or a local pastry while just people watching. And lastly, you have to take a boat ride on the Dordogne. Here's something for history lovers. Baynac played a critical role during the 100 Years' War, 1337 to 1453, between France and England. Its castle belonged to the French side, while the nearby Castelnaud was held by the English, creating a tense rivalry across the river. In the 19th and 20th centuries, Bénakiti-Cazenac became recognized for its historical and architectural value. The French government listed it as a protected village of character and a historic monument, helping to preserve its medieval charm. Number 9, Saint-Cercle-la-Popie. Saint-Cercle-la-Popie is a medieval village perched dramatically above the Lot River in the Occitanie region of southern France. Its stone houses with red-tiled roofs tumble down steep cliffs, giving it a vertical charm that is simply mesmerizing. Walking through its narrow streets is like stepping back in time to the Middle Ages, with every corner revealing a new secret, a hidden courtyard, an old chapel, or an artisan's workshop. This village has been voted most beautiful village in France. If you love a bit of adventure, grab your walking shoes and explore the trails along the Lot River. The village has inspired countless artists over the years. Stop by the galleries. You might find a painting or sculpture that perfectly captures the magic of Saint-Cercle-la-Popie. Finally, take a few moments just to soak in the views from the cliffs. Watch the Lot River winding below and listen to the birds. And there you have it, the most breathtaking villages in France. Each one holds its own magic, from ancient myths and legends to wine-soaked traditions and postcard-perfect streets. So, which village would you love to get lost in first? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more travel stories that inspire your next adventure.